Hi friends, this is Miss Higgins going through the first math lesson for the 4th grade packet. This is parallel lines and perpendicular lines, as well as classify quadrilaterals. So first we'll do the lines. Parallel lines are lines in a plane that are always the same distance apart. Parallel lines or line segments never meet. They will never cross because they are always the same distance apart. In the figure, here's our figure down here, lines AB and CD, even if extended, will never meet. So you know, let's first highlight AB and CD. Lines are never ending. They're going to keep going off this piece of paper in the same direction. So even if they keep going, because they are parallel, they will never, dip down or dip up and cross. They're parallel lines. They won't do that. Okay? Let's mark that out so you know. Parallel lines will not cross. Let me get a different color here. Oh, it also says lines AD, and BC are also parallel. They will keep going up and down the same distance apart the whole time. They will never cross. The way to show this, you can see in between AB and CD are two lines. In between AD and BC are the same two lines. That means they're parallel. So if you see this symbol, it means parallel lines. Now intersecting lines cross at exactly one point. Intersecting lines that form a right angle are perpendicular. So a couple things to review here. Intersecting lines cross, so they will actually cross, unlike parallel lines. Two examples are AD and AB. AD and AB. These two lines I'm making teal are crossing right here. That's one point where they cross. Now these lines are also perpendicular because they form a right angle. You've been reviewing angles recently, either in the packets or on Canvas. Perpendicular angles, right angles, are 90 degrees. They're often shown by having these little boxes in the corners. So you can see here, this is a perpendicular angle. Right here is another one. There's another one where the little boxes are. So down here it says, in the figure, lines AD and AB, which I highlighted in teal, are perpendicular because they form right angles at the vertex A. Now I kind of colored over it, but oops. They meet at the point A. That's where they cross. Now the way that this is written is AD is perpendicular to AB. The sign for perpendicular looks like this. This is a sign for parallel lines. This is a sign for perpendicular lines. It also says lines BC and CD are also perpendicular. So BC is perpendicular to CD. Let's see, these will be black. BC and CD. They're perpendicular. They meet at that little box, a 90-degree angle. So use these notes to help you solve questions 1 through 3. It says use the figure for 1 through 3. Here's your figure. Number 1 says look at and name two sides that appear to be parallel. So which two sides will never cross? I'll give you options. Will it be VT and VR. Will those lines cross? Will they meet somewhere? Will it be VR, and this is T down here, and TS. This is VR up here, this is TS. Will those lines probably ever cross? You choose. Which lines are parallel? Number 2 asks asks you to name two sides that appear to be perpendicular. Which two lines will cross and create that 90-degree angle? Remember, your key thing to look for is that little box. So name two sides that are perpendicular. Number 3, name two sides that appear to be intersecting, but not perpendicular. So intersecting lines, come up here again, cross at exactly one point. So any lines that cross, they don't have to form that 90-degree angle. They don't have to have that box inside of it. So these that I crossed out, those could be intersecting lines because they cross, but they didn't cross at a 90-degree angle. They're just intersecting, they're just crossing. So number 3, name two sides that will cross each other, but they don't have to have that little 90-degree right angle box. The next lesson is quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides and 4 angles. Some quadrilaterals have special names. So, quadrilaterals, 4 sides, 4 angles. And it breaks it down for you. There are trapezoids, parallelograms, rectangles, rhombuses, and squares. These are all quadrilaterals, but they have different side lengths, and some of their sides are parallel. So use this lesson over here, parallel lines. Some of their lines won't ever cross. Down below for numbers 1 through 3, it asks you to classify each figure as many ways as possible. So you're going to write quadrilateral, trapezoid, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, or square. What you need to do for this is use the key words up here. First ask yourself, are all of these shapes 4-sided shapes? If they all have 4 sides and 4 angles, they're all going to be quadrilaterals. So that can be the first word that you write for each shape, because they all have quadrilateral. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 angles. Quadrilateral. Long word. 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, an angle is where 2 lines meet. So that's those little corners that I'm highlighting. 4 sides and 4 angles makes it a quadrilateral. Then go through, I would just go down the list. A trapezoid has at least 1 pair of parallel sides. So go through these shapes. Does it have at least 1 pair of parallel sides? Are these sides parallel? Are they ever going to cross? It looks like they're going pretty straight to me, straight up and straight down. They're never going to cross. However, these crooked lines are a little bit different. If I kept drawing them off the page, I would see that they cross. So while these top and bottom lines aren't parallel, these side ones are. That's one pair of parallel sides. That makes this shape a trapezoid. Now, if you have more than one pair of parallel sides, it can still be a trapezoid because you have at least one. Look at this next shape. Are these top and bottom lines ever going to cross? My guess is no, they're going straight. What about these side lines going straight up and down? Are they going to cross? No again. So these are two pairs of parallel sides. This is also a trapezoid, because not only does it have one pair of parallel sides, it also has two. So that makes it a trapezoid. Okay, so ask yourself this question as you go through each shape. Just go down the list. A parallelogram has two pairs of parallel sides. Well, this shape had one pair, but not two pairs. So this would not be a parallelogram. This shape had two pairs of parallel sides. That would never cross. So this could be a parallelogram. Sorry, this is a parallelogram because it has two pairs of sides that will never cross. Okay, so go through each of these shapes and try to figure out which names can be assigned to the ones below. There can be more than one name, as you can see. If you need more help beyond this video, please email me and let me know.